What's good? In this video, I'm going to show you how I keep all of my ideas for upcoming clothing collections organized and stored in one app. I personally use an app called Obsidian. I'm going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of my workflow. What you're looking at on the right side here is my database in a graph view. So all of these little nodes here represent different pages in my database. Here is the node for the Season 2 workspace. When I hover over it, you can see all of the other pages linked to this one workspace. Here is the workspace on the left side of the screen. I'm going to break this down. It's pretty dense, so I'll go through these sections one by one. As we can see, if I zoom in, I can see the nodes in more detail. This is the Pathos node. Pathos of Things is my clothing brand. If we click that, it will take me here to my main dashboard for the brand, where I link to other things like pages related to my manufacturers, my unique selling propositions, FAQs that need to go on the website, things like that. Another thing I want to show you in this right panel is I have Claude and ChatGPT embedded right here on the right side. And I can edit the size of this panel. So that way I can be working here in one of my workspaces, and then if I have a question about something or I want to iterate on an idea very quickly, I could just type that in here and we could have the discussion. If I need to copy and paste anything into my document, I could just copy it directly from this right panel over to this left panel. I'm going to close this right panel for now because I want to just focus on the content of this left panel. So this is my Season 2 workspace. Season 2 is an upcoming collection for my brand, Pathos of Things. At the top here, you can see the date this workspace was created, September 14th, 2023. The tags at the top add metadata, which makes it easy to link the pages together. For example, if all of these pages have that one hashtag, I can easily just search that one hashtag in my Obsidian database and then see all of the pages related to that one topic. And then I can categorize them with these group filters here. For example, anything related to my brand Pathos of Things ends up being light blue. Below that, I have my goals. My goals are at the very top. So every single day when I look at this document, I'm reminded of my goals. It's just 4 bullet points. I want to get posted on Photo Vogue. I'm taking the next step as a designer and creative director. My distilled mission is to make sustainable designer garments for people that create culture, not just consume it. So people that have their own brands, people that make art, people that make music. And I want to pair music releases with each of my clothing drops. Those are my 4 main goals. Below the quick notes, I have my tech pack template. Here I have information about design details, technical drawings, CAD measurements, material specifications, construction details, hardware and trims, labeling and packaging, grading, quality standards, and references and inspiration. If I open up each of these individual tabs, I have notes for myself for when I'm putting these together. Then I have all of the different versions of Season 2 that I've gone through. In the last year and a half, 2 years, I have grown so much as a brand owner and a designer. My ideas are constantly changing. I'm constantly upgrading and improving. So when I realize that I can increase the quality of something, I'll move on to brainstorming the next version of this collection. I think it'll make more sense if I just show you. So here's V1. Within V1, I have the initial outline for the collection, my initial product ideas, content, and notes and resources. Let's open up this outline tab. I broke the planning of this collection down into 8 phases. Phase 1 is mood board and design. Phase 2 is sampling and bulk order. Phase 3 is content creation. Phase 4, e-commerce prep. Phase 5, wholesale. Phase 6, user-generated content and influencers. Phase 7, PR, and Phase 8, digital marketing. So I've changed this outline so much between V1 and V7. This is what I felt like I needed to do when I was just planning out this collection. In retrospect, these phases can be condensed, and they have been condensed. For example, I'm not focusing on wholesale at all anymore, and I don't work with Brand Boom anymore. So this has definitely changed, but it was a really good starting point and pretty comprehensive. Here I have a link to the first mood board that I made for this collection. In the sampling and bulk order phase, I left a note for myself here, linking to a different page in my database about transitioning from USPS to a fulfillment company. So now I'm in that page. I made this on the 22nd of September, 2023. These are my initial notes on figuring out how to develop an operations system for my brand. So that way I didn't have to pack and ship orders myself anymore because that was getting overwhelming. So back here, let's look at phase 3, create content. I left notes for myself to check out this page about creative directing a photo shoot. So here in this page, I just have a bunch of notes for myself about order of operations for creative directing a photo shoot. Here's another note I left for myself about where my favorite fashion campaigns are shot. And here are notes about lighting terms. So let's open up lighting terms. Here are a bunch of notes I took about different lighting terms, like high key lighting, low key lighting, flat lighting, broad lighting, etc. I made a video about lighting terms a few months ago. Highly recommend checking that out. Here's a note I made for lighting placement. And then I left a note for myself down here at the bottom. I noticed some repeated terminology like high key lighting and low key lighting. So I made individual pages about those. So let's open those up. Here's the high key lighting page with photo examples that I found on the internet. Because I am a visual learner, this definitely helped me solidify the difference in my brain between high key and low key lighting, which then gave me inspiration for how to set up the lighting for my own photo shoots. Let's go back to the season 2 workspace. So that was phase 3. I list out just some quick notes about the buckets of content I want to make, editorial photos, unboxing videos, e-com website photos, and so on. For phase 4, this is my e-commerce prep phase where I put everything on the website. All the content goes on the website, all the email flows get built out, and then I organize all the bundles and upsells. For Brand Boom and wholesale, I'm not doing any wholesale anymore, at least not until probably the next season that I do after this upcoming one. Phase 6, UGC influencers, 7 PR, 8 digital marketing. Let's look at V2. I am now discussing the specifics of the collection, the products that we're going to be selling. I wanted to do a 7 product collection, maybe an 8 product if I added a shoe. I'm not doing a shoe. I'm actually not doing a bunch of these pieces anymore, which you'll see as we work our way towards V7. Here I included a cost breakdown for samples, including the pattern maker costs or the digital atelier costs. That's all I added for V2. Then for V3, I have the product outline at the top again. Now here I'm getting into the details of the actual design. So I have design details for the jeans, logo embroidery, hardware, pockets. This is actually an image I generated in Midjourney to use as a reference. Pocket labels, material specifications. I did that for a few of the products. So that was V3. For V4, I refined the product range and I left a note for myself to check out this page that I had made about product range. I decided I wanted to follow the Fashionary collection method, which splits the product range into 4 categories: signature items, transaction builders, profit generators, and wow items. I also made a video about this. Here back in the season workspace, I have the V4 product split into categories. So that's V4. Then for V5, I just left some notes about the refined product range. All of these say done because the digital atelier or pattern maker finished making all of the patterns for each of these pieces. So they're ready for sampling. V6 lists the order in which I plan on releasing these pieces, because at this point, making V6, the sampling for these pieces was already done. I refined those 6 pieces that I had sampled into 3 pieces that I felt were ready for bulk production. I placed the bulk order, and now that's where we currently are. I am waiting for the clothes and packaging to reach the warehouse within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Then I'll shoot my content, and then everything should be almost ready for launch. I'll just need to make sure everything's uploaded on the website. I have all my email marketing figured out. I have my paid ads funnel planned out. I'm not going to open these toggles because these are private, but I have my receipts for all transactions with my manufacturer. I'm still working on my drop strategy and I'm still working on the content plan. So I will update you guys in a future video about those. But for now, that is my quick overview of how I keep all of my ideas and notes organized in a platform called Obsidian. I highly recommend checking Obsidian out, especially if you use something like Notion already. I think you'll find Obsidian pretty intuitive and just like Notion, but on steroids. If you found this video interesting or valuable in any way, please like and subscribe. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video, please leave a comment and I'll see you in the next one.